AD underwent x-rays at Crypto.com Arena that revealed no fracture, according to the team. Lakers coach Frank Vogel said AD had an MRI scheduled for Thursday, be today, and the team said the star big man will be reevaluated after the upcoming All-Star break. Key, how do you feel about the Lakers after this news, after these events?
LeBron James, as long as I got LeBron James, I got a fighting chance. I already know that and recognize that, no matter who's on the team with him. All three of us could be rolled out there with him, and the Lakers will have a fighting chance. But that's not what it's about, right? It's about championships. It's about consuming a team, a roster around LeBron James to compete night in and night out. And when you are missing one of your big guns, one of your big pieces in Anthony Davis, you're not going to be able to sustain trying to win games. It was great that LeBron carried Crypto Arena on his back last night against the Utah Jazz and won that game. But moving forward, what's going to happen? Anthony Davis comes in one day, he's out for 2 weeks. It's like, I'm going to play 3 games, I'm going to miss 2 weeks. I'm going to play 2 games, I'm going to miss a month. It's starting to become a little ridiculous every time you look up. And some of the stuff isn't his fault, so to speak, but it's almost like, Jay, he's just fragile as hell. Like, I've never seen anything like this, especially in basketball. If you told me a guy get nicked up in football and every time he gets nicked up, it's like, okay, something's wrong. But I'm telling you, every floor in the NBA has seen him laying on it before for whatever reason. You know, whether it's his ankle, whether it's his hand, whether it's his shoulder, it's just like, enough's enough, dude.
Jay, what about that in basketball? I think of like baseball when I was a kid. Cal Ripken Jr. He had the consecutive games played streak, broke Lou Gehrig's record. Oh my God! Then there was a dude, Eric Davis, for those who remember, from L.A., but he played for the Cincinnati Reds most of his career, and he was a great player, and he loved baseball, but his body was just not built the same way. He was injury prone. He never played more than 130, 135 games out of. So that's what I'm asking. It didn't seem to me like Eric Davis was mentally soft or not willing to play through pain. It seemed to me he was just a skinny dude. He wasn't his bones weren't connected the same way as a dude like Cal Ripken.
Yeah.
You're saying it's a mentality?
Well, I think this is different, and I think everybody knows that Key is a diehard Laker fan.
Mm-hmm.
If people could see some of the faces that he makes, that we all make when we come in early in the morning, and we're talking about the game last night, it's not so much about the injury part is frustrating. It's really frustrating because his body doesn't seem like it's built to sustain or endure long term. But there are a lot of games where you're like, I don't need you to be a beta. Do you remember, Key, when we used to have debates about whether Anthony Davis was a top 5 player in the NBA?
We don't.
Do you remember when that used to be a real thing? I'm going to keep it a buck with everybody about this. And you could tell last night was a prime example of it. When your star player goes down, when you see LeBron James go down, when you see Kevin Durant go down, when I saw Ja Morant go down, you see dudes run over like, yo, what? Are you okay? Like, what's going on? When AD went down last night, cats are like strolling over like, oh.
Again.
Here it goes again.
Who's going to help him up? Not me.
Not me. You saw some cats on the bench, they didn't even get up.
So you really think it's a mentality?
I think it's a combination of both. I think it's and you
Like
have guys like Stephen A. talking about the Lakers should be talking about trading Anthony Davis, and then we have conversations in the morning being like, well, what kind of trade value are you going to get in return? Think about this. 2.5, 3 years ago, we're having a debate about whether this man is a top 5 player in the league. Now, I don't question his talent or his skill set. It's there. Sometimes the question of the mentality about, is it going to be brought each and every night? Is there a killer in you to be that dude, combined with the fact that you get hurt all the time?
No,
it's not his fault, though, that he gets hurt all the time.
I'm not saying it's his fault. Yeah,
no, I know you're not.
Okay,
I'm just saying I want to bring some context to it. It's not his fault. When you roll, in basketball, you're up somebody's ankle, you roll it. It happens all the time, but you still see some players bounce back from it. It doesn't roll to the point where they're going to miss a couple weeks. They may hobble off, get some ice, get it worked out, but they're back on the court. It's like anything that happens to him, anything, He's done.
Yeah, maybe
Like, he shuts it down.
Look, he's almost 7 feet tall. Those bodies are a little different. Maybe over the years he gave into it a little more, and now every little thing is a problem. I think of Joe Burrow in the Super Bowl, the way he was screaming and hollering. I thought, oh, he's out for the game, and he managed to stay in the game, right? It's a different sport. I get it. It's interesting that the Lakers have this combination of players because the thing that Westbrook has that people are like, you need to take that back a little, Westbrook.
AD.
If you could give the excess that Westbrook has of that thing to AD, perfect.
Can I tell you where I'm going, Key? You're not going to like it. But we are now, they have played 58 games.
Yeah.
58.
58?
58.
Okay.
Right? It's their record right now for the Lakers, 27-31. Okay? We are 82-game season. We have 24 games left. Key, I'm telling you right now, if you're Rob Pelinka or if you're the Lakers, I get that everybody's going to try to vie for the 8th spot or the play-in tournament, and that's. But I'm really starting. Like 10 games in, like if we're 4-6 in those 10 games, man, I'm scaling LeBron James back. I know he doesn't want to do it. My man's 37 years old.
Yeah,
Year
why
19 in the
waste
league.
it?
Like I'm AD. I don't know what I'm going to get from AD. Like realistically, I know LeBron's always going to fight because that's who LeBron James is. But you're having a conversation about, do I need to play you this way, or am I starting to think about next year? Am I starting to think about what can I get in the draft? I have one first-round pick in 2027. That's why I couldn't make any moves before the trade deadline. So I'm realistically thinking about how do I get my team in the best position to acquire some assets for next year.
Well, if there's a switch after the All-Star break, according to what Jay's talking about, they better flip it. I still think they can. I've not given up faith.
Thanks for watching ESPN on YouTube. For live streaming sports and premium content, subscribe to ESPN+.